All right, our final Google Slides activity or assignment or project, whatever you want to call it, is about making a quiz program or a quiz presentation. And I'm going to show you mine first. This is how I'm going to start off. I'm just going to show you mine so you see what one is like. Mine is about some presidents of the United States, and it's not terribly hard. I'm going to hit the present button, and here's how it works. First of all, notice it is controlled by buttons. This doesn't go by itself. I don't want it to go by itself. This is my title screen, and there's a button down here that says begin. So I'll click that button. I have a question on this screen, and I have some answer choices. Who's the first president of the United States? Not hard. Washington, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe. And it says click your answer. Well, let's get it right first. So I'm going to say Washington, and it tells me I am correct. I got it right. Washington became the first president in 1789. Next question. There's a button here for next question. Here's question number 2. Which president is that? There's a picture on this one. You don't have to use pictures on all of these slides, but if a picture is helpful, then you could use it. This is Theodore Roosevelt. Correct. It tells me that it's correct. I'll hit the next question button down here in the corner. Which president said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country"? That was John F. Kennedy. So if I click the John F. Kennedy button, it tells me, yes, you got it correct. Moving on to the next question. Which president was in office during the Civil War? That was Abraham Lincoln. If I click Abraham Lincoln, yes, I got it correct. It tells me that I got it correct. Next question. Donald Trump, I should say was now. I have to update this. Was president number 40, boy, I don't remember. 45, it was 45. I got it wrong, oh no, to the end. And then it says, thanks for taking the presidential quiz. Try again. And you can either click that or you can just hit escape at the end of it. All right, so, that's how it's set up right there. And I'm just going to kind of pop through the slides here, and then I'll show you some things that are on the handout as well. It takes a little time to construct, but boy, use some copy and paste to help you out, and it'll go a little quicker than you think. First page would be a title page, and then you get to question number 1. So you set it up and you present your question. You're going to have at least 2 answer choices. This is all going to be multiple choice stuff because you have to be able to click and answer. So you'll have to have at least 2 choices. I have 4 on mine, and I told everybody who's taking my quiz, click your answer. So they have to click on the button that has the different possible answers. Now you'll notice that these are linked. Like the Washington button says it's linked to slide 3, but the Jefferson button and the Madison button and the Monroe button are linked to slide 4. Well, let's investigate those slides. Slide 3 is a slide that says, hey, correct, you got it right, and it says Washington became president. What's slide 4? Slide 4 is a button that says, sorry, incorrect, Washington was first. So slide number 3 is what you would call a positive feedback, a yes, you got it right slide. Slide 4 is a nope, sorry, you got it wrong slide. And then go back here to slide number 2 where the question was, and these buttons are connected to the place they should be connected. Washington is the right answer, so it's connected to slide number 3, which tells you, yes, you got it right. Jefferson, Madison, and Monroe are all wrong answers, and so they are linked to the slide number 4 that says, nope, sorry, you got it wrong. Also notice that on slide number 3 that says, yes, you got it right, Washington became the first president in 1789, the next question button is linked to slide number 5. What is slide number 5? It's the next question. It's question number 2. Same thing on slide 4 that says, no, sorry, Washington was first. The next question button is linked to slide number 5, and that gets me to the next question. Then you have the same setup here. William Taft is, that's linked to slide 7, slide 6, and slide 7. That should kind of indicate to you. Slide 6 is the one that says, yes, you got it right, because it's Theodore Roosevelt. And then 7 is the one that says, nope, all these are wrong. So that's kind of how you set this thing up. You've got a question, and then you've got these things say correct, incorrect. Now, are you noticing that like my slides that say, yes, you got it right? Look, they're like identical. except a little change in what it says, like right here. That's the only thing that's different. And this button would be linked to a different slide, right? Because this next question button is going to have to be on slide number 8, which is question number 3. So that's how you set this thing up, right? You set it up so that there is a question and you have choices for the answer. And when you click on a choice for the answer, it's either going to tell you, yes, you got it right, or no, you got it wrong. And on these slides that say, yes, you got it right, no, you got it wrong, there's also going to have to be a button that gets you to the next question in the quiz. And your quiz is going to have 5 questions. Ooh. Now, the questions don't have to be hard. I don't care what the questions are. They could be, what is 2 plus 2? Or they could be, what is 5 times 3? You can do a bunch of simple math questions, but it has to work. That's what's important to me here, is that you make it work. Make it work. All right, so let's hop over here to the handout and take a look at that. This is it's a button-controlled presentation that will, let's highlight, shall we? A button-controlled presentation that will have 5 questions, and they have to be multiple choice, and that means you have to have at least 2 choices, right? You don't have to have 4 if you don't want, but you got to have at least 2. Start it with a blank slide presentation. Now here come requirements. You have to have a title slide. You have to have 5 questions. They have to be multiple choice. Every question has to have at least 2 options on it, and that could even be true, false, right? Every question is going to have a positive feedback slide, a slide that says, yes, you got it right. Every question is going to have a negative feedback slide, one that says, no, you got it wrong. Answer choices have to be presented by using buttons. And you saw that. I did that, like right here. Let's not use that question because I got to change that question. These are answer choices, and they're linked. They're buttons. All right. So that's how you have to do it. You can construct your buttons however you want to, but that's how you have to do it. Correct answers should be linked to a positive feedback slide. Incorrect answers are linked to a negative feedback slide. So it tells you the whole show should tell you, yes, you got it right, no, you got it wrong. All positive and negative feedback slides have to be linked to the next question. And the other thing is you got to work toward having an attractive appearance, right? You can't just be sloppy about how you put it together. Copy and paste. Get a good look on something and then copy and paste and just edit a little bit. Scoring works this way. It's a lot of points on this one. Title slide's worth 5 points. 5 questions, that's 25 points. Positive feedback for every question, 15 points there. Negative feedback for every question, 15 more points. All the buttons work, 30 points there. That's very important that the buttons work. And then the attractive appearance, 10 points there. That's a total of 100. Duplicating slides could help. Copying and pasting items could help. If you're using a bunch of images, maybe replace image would help. Animations are not required. Adding a final screen is optional. You could do that if you want to. And I did it on mine, right? I had this thing that said, thanks for taking the presidential quiz. And I also had a button that said, try again. Do you want to go take it again? And those are optional things. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you get to the last question, here's my question 5, which again, I need to edit. I need to change this. If you get to question 5 and you wouldn't even have to have on the last question, you wouldn't even have to have a button necessarily. That could just be the end when you get to the last question if you want to do it that way. So adding a button on the last slide that goes back to the first slide is optional. Buttons can be made from images, text boxes, or shapes, whatever you want. Backgrounds can be all the same or different. That's your choice. All right, test your work. Now, way down here at the bottom of this handout, I feel like this is helpful. If you're feeling like, oh, this is so confusing, I can't keep track of what to put on what slide, look, I made a map. Look at it. So slide number 1 is going to be your title slide. Introducing, you got to have a button to get to question 1. Slide number 2 is going to be Question 1, at least 2 answer options, and the answer options are clickable buttons that would take you to a place, right? Slide 3 is the positive feedback for question 1. Yes, you got it right. Slide 4, the negative feedback for question 1. Nope, sorry, you got it wrong. And you also have to have a button to get to question 2 and a button to get to question 2 there. Then it all starts over. It's a pattern. If you look at 2, 3, 4, right here, it's just going to kind of do the same thing over and over. Now we hit question number 2. You have to have at least 2 answer options. You have to have positive feedback. You have to have negative feedback. You have to have a button to get you to question 3. Right? And then it starts over again. Question 3 is going to be on slide number 8. Positive feedback, negative feedback. Question 4 is going to be on slide number 11. Right? Use this map. If you're confused, use this map because this kind of tells you everything that you would have to put on every slide, right? And this is going to be kind of a long one. It's going to be 16 slides, and you could possibly have 17 slides if you wanted. All right. Well, so there you go. That's slides number 6, the quiz show. It's time for you to go to work.